It feels like every single day there's a new AI tool popping up, and they all promise to completely change how we do everything. We're in this massive explosion of tech that's putting some serious power in all of our hands. So the big question is, are we building some kind of perfect future here, or are we accidentally stumbling into something a little more scary?
I mean, this whole AI boom it's super exciting, right? But let's be real, it's also kind of terrifying. We've got these incredible tools that can basically give our work superpowers. But, and this is a huge but, can we actually trust them? Can we believe what they spit out? That's exactly what we're going to dig into right now. Okay, so let's dive in. We're way past just talking about those generic do-it-all chatbots. The AI world today, it's a totally crowded, kind of chaotic, but honestly fascinating marketplace. It's packed with these super specialized assistants, each one built to do one very specific job really, really well. And just take a look at this. This gives you an idea of how specialized we're talking. You've got tools like Julius. It's basically a data wizard, turning boring numbers into cool charts. Then there's Elicit, which is awesome for digging through tons of academic papers. And Scite? That one's all about checking if a claim is actually backed by real science. It's like, there's a tool for pretty much anything you can think of now. But here's the thing. All this choice, it's kind of a double-edged sword, isn't it? I mean, it's great to have options, but wow, it can get overwhelming fast. So how in the world do you figure out what's actually good versus what's just a bunch of hype? More importantly, how do the real experts, like, say, professional developers, figure out which tools are even worth a second look? Well, turns out they have a whole system, and it's not just some simple checklist either. It's a really rigorous process. See, developers are asking these tools some seriously tough questions. They're going way beyond, hey, can you write some code? They're asking things like, okay, but how do you handle security flaws? Or what happens when my project blows up and suddenly has 10 times the users? Can you handle that? This is serious stuff. All right, so we've got a booming market and a checklist for what makes a tool good. But what happens when the rubber meets the road? When these tools get tested out there in the real world? Let's see. And this is where things get kind of spooky. We have to talk about something called AI hallucination. And yeah, it's a huge problem. It's when these AI tools just literally make stuff up. They'll invent facts, they'll fake their sources, they'll weave this really convincing story that is completely false.
So, it's time for a reality check. We need to see how these things actually perform under pressure. Well, an AI reviewer named Andy Stapleton decided to find out. He took 3 popular AI research assistants, gave them the exact same task, and the results, well, they're pretty shocking. Okay, you're gonna want to see this. The results from his test are a huge wake-up call for anyone using these tools. First up, a tool called Manus. It had a 16% error rate. That means about 1 out of every 6 sources it gave was totally fake. But then there's GenSpark. It was even worse. A staggering 26% of its sources were completely made up. Think about that. That's more than 1 in 4 references just, poof, invented out of thin air. But then you have Gemini. Now look, it wasn't perfect, but its error rate was just 1%. That's a completely different league, and what this shows is that high reliability, it is possible. It's basically the difference between having a genuinely helpful assistant and, well, a pathological liar. So this all leads to what is probably the single most important rule for using AI right now. You have to double-check everything. You can't just trust it blindly. At the end of the day, you are the one responsible for what you create. You can't just be a passive user. You have to be a critical user. And this problem, this unreliability, it's not just an issue for us as individuals. It's forcing huge organizations like universities to make some really big decisions. I mean, they just can't risk having students and professors using tools that make things up. So they're having to choose a path. What kind of AI are they going to officially get behind? And this really breaks down the core debate they're all grappling with. Should they go with open source AI or closed source AI? It's that classic trade-off, right? On one side, you have the flexibility and lower cost of open source. On the other, you get the robust security and customer support that comes with a big commercial product. There's no easy answer here, and every single institution has to figure out what makes the most sense for them. So, no matter which way they lean, open or closed, one thing is becoming totally clear. You need guardrails. You need rules of the road. The risks of just letting everyone do whatever they want are just way too high. And that's exactly why we're starting to see these official AI policies pop up everywhere.
And I really love the guiding philosophy from the University of North Carolina on this. It's simple, but it's so powerful. They say AI should help you think, not think for you. I mean, that just nails it, right? It's a reminder that this is supposed to be a tool to make us smarter, not a replacement for our own brains.
And this isn't just some nice sounding idea they put on a poster. It's actually being put into practice. You've got leading departments like the UNC School of Nursing that are creating real concrete policies to make sure students and faculty are using AI the right way, responsibly and ethically. So what do these new rules actually look like in practice? Well, they pretty much boil down to 4 common sense principles. Number 1, check for permission. The rules might be different for different classes or projects. Number 2, you are accountable. You, not the AI, are 100% responsible for the final product. Number 3, disclose your use. Just be open and honest about how you used it. And number 4, the big one we've been talking about, verify everything, because we know for a fact these tools can and do get stuff wrong. And all of this really leads to the biggest question of all. As we start to rely on these tools more and more, who's actually on the hook when one of them makes a huge mistake? Is it the company that built the AI? Is it the university or the company that said it was okay to use? Or is it the person who typed in the prompt and hit generate? That's a question we all need to start thinking about, and thinking about it seriously, because the future of this tech, it's really up to us.